History Channel has a TV show called Alone, where they take 7 pairs of couples, split them up, and throw them into the wilderness to fend for themselves. This season, they were sent to North Vancouver Island, which is just off the tip of Washington. They were allowed to pick 5 items, as well as having basic camping gear during their expedition. When picking items for a survival situation, you need to pick the most versatile items as possible to get the most usefulness out of each item. The information I'm going to be telling you today is going to be very useful if you get stuck in a survival situation. If I was thrown into this game show, I would pick 300 yards of fishing line with 25 assorted hooks, a hunting knife, a large pot with a lid, a lighter, and a hammock. I know that 300 yards of fishing line sounds excessive, but you're going to be using it for multiple purposes. First, of course, is fishing. Just take the fishing line, attach it to a rigid stick, put a hook on the other end, and then put an insect or a worm on the end of the hook, and you have a makeshift fishing pole. There are plenty of streams that you can pick from in the wilderness to fish from. Also, you can use the fishing line to help stabilize your shelter. If you can't find vines or the vines aren't sturdy enough, you can use the fishing line to help sturdy and stabilize the branches for the foundation of your shelter. Fishing line isn't the only way to catch food though. You can also use a hunting knife. The hunting knife is the most versatile and useful item in a survival situation. The hunting knife is helpful in basically every aspect of preparing food. If the fishing line doesn't work, Wes Seiler, in his 2014 What Big Survival Knives Are For and How to Use One, he explains how to use a knife to turn a long stick into a 4-prong spear for fishing or for catching small animals. You also need a hunting knife to help skin the animals that you catch, of course. And you'll use the hunting knife to manage your firewood for your fire to cook the food. You can also use the hunting knife to help you prepare your shelter. You're going to need the hunting knife to cut down the lower branches of these trees to help make the foundation of your shelter. You can also use the hunting knife to turn long pieces of wood into spears to put around the edge of your encampment to help protect from from animals in general. Now that you've caught some form of food, you're going to need a way to cook it. So you're going to need a pot. Tim McWelch, in his 2015 Survival Skills, 5 Easy Ways to Cook a Campfire Feast, explains how you can turn the pot upside down, suspend it off the ground, place coals around the bottom of it, and on the top of it, you can use it as a makeshift Dutch oven. Just as important as cooking food is the need for sterile water. You're going to need to boil the water for at least 1 minute to kill all the microorganisms inside of it so you can have drinkable water. A pot is only effective whenever it's used with fire, so to help prepare the fire, you're going to want to need a lighter. Fire is a very essential part of surviving in a survival situation. You're going to need the fire for its warmth. You're going to use that warmth to dry your clothes after fishing or possible rain. You're also going to need the warmth to help you avoid getting hypothermia while you're sleeping. You're also going to use the fires to cook your food. You already spent enough time catching and preparing the food So why not save a little bit of time and energy using the lighter to make your fire instead of rubbing sticks together? Now that you've caught and cooked your food, you're going to need some way to relax and sleep. So you're going to need a hammock. The hammock is more useful than just sleeping though. If worse comes to worse, you can use the hammock as a fishing net. Just tie some of the fishing line to the ends of the hammock and then place it in a stream to help you catch fish. You should probably pair it with the fishing spear to increase its effectiveness. Whenever J.J. Johnson, in his 2011 Hammock Shelter Basics, explains that you need a hammock to help protect yourself from snakes and insects while you're sleeping by suspending you off the ground, and also keeps you away from the wet, cold ground, which also causes hypothermia. Alone is a very intense game show, but it's well worth it for the contestants. As long as I had 300 yards of fishing line, a hunting knife, a large pot with a lid, a lighter, and a hammock, I would feel safe in a survival situation. Maybe you should do some of your own research into what you would take onto the TV show Alone. Because it might win you $500,000, or it might just save your life. Thank you.